everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. So first of all, like I promised, we'll be discussing Yoroi. Now Yoroi is an upcoming mythic monster which is from the Earth category, and yeah, she's pretty great. I have been going over her skills lately, and yeah, she is pretty great and her stats are pretty great as well. Now before I talk about this monster in great detail and analyze it properly, I would request you all to please pause this video for 1 second and click on that red subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up to keep in touch with the latest Monster Legend sneak peeks, updates, gameplay videos, and all of the good stuff. And if you have done so, thank you. If you have not done so, please consider doing so. Now let's just get right into it. For the life stat, we have 60,924. This is pretty standard for mythic monsters and a bit on the tankier side as well, so I am in love with the life. Then for the power, we have 5,874, which is also a pretty great power to have, considering that this monster is an attacker and it will, I believe, deal quite a punch. Then for the speed stat, we have 4,697, which is kind of standard for mythic monsters as well, and that's what we have come to expect out of mythic monsters, and especially for mythic monsters that are a mix between a bit of a tank and a bit of an attack. And yeah, we have already been discussing the trait. The trait is like always is an evolving trait, and we have discussed the trait at great length in my previous video as well, and I will be discussing it again here. At rank 0, the trait is hard, gives it a 25% chance to not be affected by enemy DOTs, enemy control skills, etc. And for rank 1, we have a status caster 50% shield that is even more that is adding even more to this monster's life. Now that shield will be a 50% shield, meaning that it will have a 30k shield before the start of the battle, and that can be pretty useful. Then for rank 3, she has stuff which reduces the chances of enemy monsters attacks landing by 35%. And for the relics, we have sword and armor, which are pretty standard for attackers. For sword, obviously you could run lots of great swords out there: the Cane sword, Nishin sword, Jakugan sword. And for armors, obviously you could have Atum's armor, which is a pretty great armor relic, Nebotis armor, another great armor relic, and there's so many good armor relics out there, especially ones you can craft right now that are from the diamond category. Now for the books, she is from the female book, the families book, and the adventurers book. Now all 3 books I am lacking in, so I'm pretty happy that she is from the female book, especially because I lack good female monsters, and I think I have a decent amount of family monsters. And for adventurers, I haven't looked at it, to be pretty honest. So yeah, all 3 books, she's in 3 books, she's very useful, very good. Then for the skills, we have cuteness activated. That is the first skill. It is a 3-turn cooldown skill, and the element is special, and the stamina cost is 50 with an accuracy of 95%, which is the general accuracy. Basically, it deals guard down and gives you 1 extra turn. Now I personally wouldn't recommend running this skill because I don't think when facing an anticipation monster it is wise to use extra turn skills, especially if it has a low value that is just guard down. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this skill. Then for tier 1, the second skill we have is Rolling in the Dust Cloud. Deals mortar earth damage to all enemies, applies quicksand to all enemies, requires cooldown. Now this is a 40 damage AoE that is from the earth category, and the stamina cost is also 30, which is pretty low considering that this monster will have a 280 stamina bar and the accuracy is 90%. I would consider running this skill, but we'll get to know more about what skills I want you to run, what skills are good for this monster to run, and etc. Let's just go over the skills first. And for tier 2, we have Sharpen the Scale, which is a 0 damage 2-turn cooldown special skill with 100% accuracy that applies guard down hater and a 50% life shield to itself. Now I wouldn't think that this monster really needs this skill, considering that it will already have a life shield if you get this monster at rank 1, and the guard down hater is only useful if you have applied guard down previously to an enemy. Now you could use this in combo with cuteness activated, and I'm guessing that's why it's there, but I wouldn't recommend running those skills simply because there are just better skills available out there. Then for tier 2, we also have Roll Up, which applies a shield to itself, which blocks 50% of the damage received, applies life regeneration to itself. Now Roll Up is a good move in my opinion, simply because it gives you regeneration, and this will help you counter any of the DOTs that other enemy monsters have applied on you, like curse, etc. And you can safely also reduce the damage output from other enemy monsters. And yeah, this is a 100% accuracy move, so there's no harm in running this. Then for tier 3 we have, I'm really sorry if I butcher this pronunciation, but Liku di Praplui deals heavy earth damage to one enemy, applies bleed and quicksand to one enemy, requires cooldown, and this is a 60 damage single target earth move that costs 45 stamina, and I'm all for it simply because this has a chance of completely one hit KOing the enemy monster in conjunction with the relics, and provided that you have applied this applied strength runes to this monster. So yeah, that is a very good move in my opinion, and you should definitely consider running that. Then we have Yellow River Water, deals heavy earth damage to all enemies, applies poison to all enemies, requires cooldown. Now this is the skill that you should have, and that will be very useful for you simply because it deals a heavy earth damage. This is a 45 damage AoE and also applies poison on top of all of that, and considering this monster's high output attack, this is a very decent skill as well. Now the special is the Holiday Armadillo. So deals very heavy earth damage to all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies, applies poison to all enemies, and applies a 100% life shield to all allies. Again, specials are supposed to be OP, and this special is OP, no doubt about that. So yeah, the moves that I would recommend running are basically both of the tier 3 skills, and I would also consider running Roll Up simply because it applies regeneration and life, and I would consider running Rolling in the Dust Cloud as well simply because it's spammable and you can use it in conjunction with Yellow River Water, or you could do the Liquid Parapluie move as well in conjunction with this because that has only a 1 turn cooldown and you can spam it after 1 turn. So yeah, that is a very concise and very just to the point analysis review, whatever you'd like to call it, on the upcoming breeding quest monster Yoroi, and you will be able to get this monster from the dungeons, and if you're successful in breeding, or you could just buy the breeding scroll that you'll be able to achieve as well. So yeah, that concludes my video. If you have made it so far, I'd like to thank you all for your time, and yeah, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'm always ready to answer any and all of your guys' comments. So yeah, comment down below. I'd love to engage with you all. That's it for the video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.